And we're back. What is up, YouTube? It's Johnny K Live. We are playing Dear Esther. We're just coming upon this cave. So let's explore. I'm a little worried about going in here because I want to. There's a lot more up there I want to see. In the last episode, I saw like a bunch of stones arranged in a formation that seemed like a flashing red light, like explore here. But
I find myself increasingly unable to find that point where the hermit ends and Paul and I begin. We are woven into a sodden blanket, stuffed into the bottom of a boat to stop the leak and hold back the ocean. My neck aches from staring up at the aerial. It mirrors the dull throb in my gut where I am sure I've begun to form another stone.
what is this splatter?
In my dreams, it forms into a perfect representation of Lot's wife, head over her shoulder, staring along the motorway at the approaching traffic in a vacuum of fatalistic calm.
So that's a neuron. Brain neuron, in case you don't know. That's what your brain cells look like. This is a squid. Looks like another neuron over there. That's a squid, but it's got like, I guess it's just a squid. Is that something else? Is that not a squid? Is that like a sea anemone, maybe? More chemical formulas that seem to branch out into like dissimilar like dendrites, like the neuron. I don't know. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. I don't know what those are supposed to be. But there's more down here, so let's check it out. This is interesting. Another neuron. Oh, is that the way I came in? Yeah. Okay, not a big cave. Looks like another neuron. So Paul is an aspect of this guy's personality? Is he the hermit, or is the hermit someone he met? I don't know. I'm confused. What I was starting to talk about last time, what I want to keep talking about this time, even though, whoa, that bird just like erupted from nowhere. Oh, a little calming music, like Minecraft music when you're exploring. Hopefully no scary sounds like Minecraft. This looks like an alternative path here, but am I gonna be able to get back to that side if I go this way? I guess I could always backtrack off camera. But what I started to talk about last time, what I want to talk about is the nature of video games. And I just talked about how this is like a walking simulator, and there were some people who took issue with this because it's not really a game, and oh my god, how boring, you don't do anything. Um, but I feel like video games, oh, this is lovely music. I feel like video games are less about like the things you do as opposed to like the experience, like the relationship. I'm sorry for saying like so much. The relationship you form with the game through the experience. Like, you know, take Minecraft. What do you
He
do?
still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there.
Bothy?
I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Erosion evaded it, like stayed away from it, or invaded it? I couldn't really make that out. Alright, this is what I saw from up top before. This, like, formation here. Is that... I don't know. I found metal, maybe? Oh, there's something here. What's this? Chemistry. Public Book Co. Okay. So, either I am some kind of scientist, or there was some kind of scientist here, who we assume... Ooh, strong breeze. Who we assume is writing all these chemical formulas and all these things with the glowy paint. But anyway, video games. I know that in the last, well, I mean, since video games were created, there's been debate about their value. Oh, I don't know which way to go. I'm gonna go up here so I can get a high view. Follow the stream. whether video games have any value. Are they, time sinks? I think since video games have been invented, probably there have been. Oh, maybe I can't get up this way. There have been parents who are saying, "Oh, he plays so much video games," and I know even my own experience. When Pokemon first came out in America, 1995, 96, I was hooked right away, and I have very, very fond memories of playing. And to this day, like, I could walk you through where to find all the different Pokemon and like, and like the original um, Kanto region, where to find the Pokemon, how to, what levels you need to beat certain gyms, who all the gym leaders are, what their types are. I could walk you through beating that game step by step. Um, and I was, what, 6 years old? 7 years old when I first played that game, so it's been 20 years, and that stuff is in my brain. Um, and my point in, I don't like this tight space. Um, my mother saying, "Oh, if you put half as much energy into your schoolwork as you did, as you did Pokemon. Oh, if you could remember." Oh, this is point of no return here. All right. Oh, loading. Achievement unlocked. Donnelly.
Dear Esther,
Okay.
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Let's go. Looks like that's where I'm supposed to go, so let's go this way first. I was saying, yeah, my personal experience with video games, I have, since a very early age, I've been playing video games. I had an original NES with Super Mario and Duck Hunt, to Super Nintendo, to N64, to GameCube. I got the original Xbox. I've played video games essentially my entire life. And I've always, I've been drawn to RPGs, to very, very story-driven games. One of my favorites is Mass Effect. I'm actually working on my third full playthrough of the Mass Effect trilogy. Because it's so story-driven, and I'm trying to think, I think video games really, I guess, the question is, do video games have any inherent value? Setting aside do walking simulators like this have any value, but do video games as a whole, do they have any inherent value? Are they complete
All
wastes
night the boy has
of
kept me
time?
lucid. I sat when I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island. I sat at the edge, and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He's mute, and he's retarded, and he has no thought in his metal head but to blink each wave and each minute aside until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf-mute.
Is it snowing?
In many ways, we have much in common.
What does that say? Did he eat nor drink? I'll get a better view from over here, maybe. But, since I'm playing video games on this channel, I think it's pretty obvious that my answer... Oh, is that what he's talking about? Did he say buoy, not boy? I thought he said boy. Okay. What can I see? Neither did he eat nor drink. And neither did he eat nor drink. Oh, I'm sure that's a reference to something, but I couldn't tell you what. So yeah, obviously, I would argue that yes, video games do have value. It's just an alternative way to get down. I'll go this way. Because I'm thinking about, there's certain video games. They're like good books in that they bring you into this world, and they give you experiences that you wouldn't necessarily have in real life. Exploring this island, or if you take like a Mass Effect, being in the future and exploring the galaxy, meeting alien races. I'm very, very drawn to sci-fi, fantasy adventure novels and books anyway. So those kind of video games are totally right up my alley. Um, and just I have to show this example because it's on my mind here. Um, in playing Mass Effect, one of the more recent times that I was like, holy crap, video games are amazing. I was playing the third Mass Effect game, um, and in the later games they introduce a mechanic where you can make split-second decisions. Generally you play what's called Paragon or Renegade routes in those games if you haven't played them. Um, like good, for the greater good, sacrificial choices, or more ruthless, hard, get the job done no matter what choices. Um, and depending on how much you do those things, you can make split-second decisions, which are either good or bad. And I was playing my first playthrough, and I was playing a Paragon. I was playing the good guy, self-sacrifice, always looking out for the greater good, never sacrifice your morals type of route. Um, and I don't want to, if, at this point, if you haven't played Mass Effect, like, I shouldn't be, spoilers are your own problem, but, without saying any spoilers, I was playing the good route, but I had to make what is this?
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
New hermits. A hole in the bottom of the boat. You want me to get in the boat? How? Anyway, let me just finish the story and I'll wrap the episode up right now. Basically, the long and short of it is, I had to make a split-second decision, but it was a renegade. It was a bad choice. But I didn't know what to do. And just like, in this character in real life would have to make this kind of split-second decision, not being able to weigh the pros and cons, and I ended up killing someone who I didn't want to kill, but it was in order to save someone else who I really cared about, and it really like hit me like, holy crap, like that was an intense experience, and I made that choice, and then I had to deal with the consequences. And I think those kind of experiences that relate to real life, because you do have to make those decisions sometimes, depending on what kind of job you have, life experience you have, split-second decisions. And it's a full brain experience where I feel like a lot of media, movies, and I'm generalizing, but movies, television, a lot of media that just throw content at your face and with no interaction, your brain just like goes dead or goes on autopilot. I can't reference any studies right now, but I'm sure just common sense, if I were to see a brain image of someone playing video games versus watching, some sitcom, they'd look very different in that the brain would be, frame rate's a little slow here with all this grass, the brain would be a lot more active playing a video game, even one with minimal interaction.
And you visited me in
Like
the
this
hospital.
one.
After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Is he talking about like kidney stones or gallstones? And is he just saying that he passed a kidney stone? Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. I'm going to be doing podcasts, gaming videos, shooting for 3 videos every single week. So like if you like this video, comment other game ideas or thoughts you have about, do video games have any inherent value? I'd love to get you guys' thoughts. And that's it. It's Johnny K Live. Have an awesome day.